You know, when I think of this election, it's not so much a choice between two people. It's really a choice between two futures. So let me tell you where I stand. I choose a stronger America. I choose a more prosperous America. I choose an America that upholds our highest constitutional ideals. So I choose to stand with Donald Trump and every American who believes we can make America great again. You know, and it's not like it's exactly been a fair fight out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ever since I joined this ticket, I got to tell you, it's like I got to turn on the television in the morning with a stick. I never know what's going to be on there. I mean, it's like the media is doing half of Hillary Clinton's work for her every day. But the amazing thing is Donald Trump is still winning hearts and minds every day, and he's going to win all the way to the White House. But it really is amazing. It really is amazing the way the media, the allies of Hillary Clinton in the media, have been constantly criticizing my opponent. And their willful ignorance about our opponent has been something to watch. Especially when it comes to the fast and loose ethics of the Clintons. You know, it really is amazing to think about it. We all know the story. While Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, in charge of all the foreign policy of the United States, her family had a private foundation that took millions of dollars from foreign governments and foreign donors, and she had a private server in between those two things, apparently to keep away from the public the communications about what exactly was going on. But you know, truth is a force of nature, and truth has a way of making its way out. I mean, we found out in the last week alone that the State Department under Hillary Clinton actually offered the FBI a quid pro quo if they would allow her to change the classified status of certain emails. We found out that even though she said it had never happened, that while she was Secretary of State, aides to Hillary Clinton actually said that they should flag businesses that were friends of the Clintons for contracts for the reconstruction of Haiti after an earthquake. And then just this week we learned about the fact that a top aide to the Clintons would raise money for the Clinton Foundation from top-tier corporations, many of which were also lobbying the State Department, and then at the same time press those same corporations for personal contracts and personal income for Bill Clinton. They're even calling it Clinton Incorporated. But the big breaking news today, you may not have heard about it standing in line, folks, is that now we just learned that Hillary Clinton may have been a whole lot more than extremely careless when it came to handling classified information. The director of the FBI, James Comey, this afternoon just sent a letter to the Congress reopening the investigation against Hillary Clinton and her private email server. Now let me say regarding this very serious announcement by the FBI, I know I speak on behalf of my running mate when I say we commend the FBI for having the courage to reopen this case, because no one is above the law. But let me say this. Men and women of Pennsylvania, let me say this. with just 11 days left before a national election, an election of such enormous consequence in the life of this nation, we should heed the words of Abraham Lincoln, who said, "Give the people the facts and the republic will be saved." We call on the FBI to immediately release all the emails pertinent to their reopened investigation. The American people have a right to know, and they have a right to know before Election Day. You know, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm sick and tired of the Clinton scandals and corruptions and pay-to-play politics. It's been emblematic of 30 years in public life with those two. But I'm going to tell you what, it all comes to an end in 11 days when we elect Donald Trump as the next president of the United States of America. And let me make you a promise. Not only are we going to stop the Clintons in their tracks, but we're going to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C. with ethics reform that gives us government as good as our people again. You know, because the truth is with all of these swirling controversies, the fact is that this election is about a whole lot more big things than their small ethics. It really is. And we need to talk about it in the days that remain. I mean, I really do believe, as I gather before you today, that my hope and my challenge to all of you is that you'll leave here today and you'll go tell somebody. And not just the breaking headlines of today, but I hope you talk to them about the big things, about security, about prosperity, and about the Supreme Court of the United States of America. They're all on the ballot. They're all on the ballot. So let's talk about it. On the security front, despite traveling millions of miles as our Secretary of State, there's no question that the world is more dangerous today than the day that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama took over our foreign policy. 7.5 years of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton's policies have weakened America's place in the world. Our allies are less secure, our enemies are more emboldened. You know, history teaches that weakness arouses evil. And I would offer that the weak and apologetic foreign policy of this administration, the architect of which was Hillary Clinton, of leading from behind, of moving red lines, of feigning resets with Russia and paying ransom to terrorist sponsoring states is emblematic of a failed leadership on the world stage. Let me make you a promise. When Donald Trump becomes president of the United States, we won't be paying ransom to terrorist sponsoring states. They'll be paying a price if they threaten or detain the American people. But it was Hillary Clinton who actually initiated that disastrous agreement with the radical mullahs in Iran that culminated in that hundreds of millions in currency on the day that 4 Americans were released. $150 billion to Iran and only a delay in their nuclear ambitions. And it was Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State that failed to renegotiate that agreement with the sovereign country of Iraq that would have allowed us to keep American forces there, to preserve the hard-fought gains the American soldier had won in Operation Iraqi Freedom by the end of 2008. And make no mistake about it, through great sacrifice and courageous service, the American soldier won the peace in Iraq.